Yeah, fall back too close. You ain't even know me. Trust my brothers from.
He's a 10 or not.
Why is she looking at me, y'all? Like, I'm a 10. So she not talking
We
to me.
know that he thinks he's a 10.
I'm a 10.
But no, you know, it's a lot of average dudes out here expecting this king treatment.
Not average women calling other men average. But let's continue.
From us queens. A lot of guys out here, they are a 6 or 7 at best. And they feel like we're supposed, first of all, you're approaching a 10. You're approaching a
Do anybody watching this video see any 10s? 1, 2, 3. Out of the 3, I don't see a 10. I see maybe a 3.5 for each of them. You get what I'm saying? But never a 10. This is crazy. They got to be pushing 50, like late 40s, early 40s. And they thinking with this mentality. It's crazy to me. But let's continue.
and then you want them to treat you like you're a 10. So tell me, Melita, what do you think about that? Especially, and I would say this is probably more prominent over 45. When you're dating over 45, these men got gout. They got a bad knee.
She is going hard, y'all.
That gout. They got a bad.
So if we was to say a lot of y'all be overweight, fake hair, fake lashes, you get what I'm saying, BBLs, we would be wrong, huh? That would be wrong to say that, right? We will be body shaming. We will be, oh, we hate women. You get what I'm saying? You would have all of these things to say about us, but here you go spewing these ad hominem attacks. Because clearly your clock is running out and you still in this delusion that you're a 10. And you know what's so crazy? I keep referencing Vivica Fox in a lot of these scenarios because she is literally the perfect example of a lot of these women that's running with this delusion, feeling like they're still hot shit even though they're pushing 50, even though they're 60. You get what I'm saying? You will never be able to compete with those women that's 20 years old, those women that's 25, those women that's 18, 19. You would never be able to compete with them. And I feel like social media has put them in the mind frame that they can compete with these women. So that's the reason why they come on these platforms and feeling like they just the best thing smoking, still pushing 50. You get what I'm saying? I'm not saying you can't look good at that age range. You can if you keep up yourself, you know, proper diet and everything like that. But at the end of the day, you still need to realize the placement that you are in life, physical, mental, every aspect. You have to realize it. And it's okay. It's nothing wrong with getting old. To age is a blessing. But it seems like women look at that as a curse. So I still look good for my age. Be happy that you're 45. There's nothing wrong with that. But let's continue.
Bad knee. Yes. They sleep with a CPAP machine. They do. I've been there, done that. I'm just saying, do.
I don't even know what a CPAP machine is. Somebody might need to tell me that. That sounds like some old people shit. But let's continue.
You are a 7 at best, boo. And then you want to tell me, oh, you need to do this. And you got me straight. Yeah, tripping. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, think about it. When we're in our 40s, we can date the daddy or the son. They want us. So why?
Cut it out. The dad or the son don't want you. What a lot of older women don't understand is they think that a man wanting to crack them means that he valued them and willing to take them to the altar. It's quite the opposite, to be honest with you, because those younger guys that you feel like you can get at your middle age, they only want one thing. They're not interested in having kids with you, because we all know that will be a high risk pregnancy. And then 2, the odds of them marrying you is like slim to none. They just want to have their fun and get the bragging rights of bagging an older woman and cracking her. And then they're going to throw you right back out there to the wolves. So I don't even know why they brag and say we could get the daddy or the son. Neither one of them, the dad or the son, don't want you. They want you for a good time, not a long time. But let's continue.
kick the dad when we can date the son.
Yes,
Right.
yes. I agree. I agree. She is funny. I agree. I feel like dating over 45, 40, 50, whatever the case may be, is like shopping on a clearance rack. Like,
Ooh, not clearance.
yes.
Not a clearance, right?
Not no show rack.
Boy, they dragging us. They dragging us
Gotta
through
find
the
the
mud
gem,
up in here.
the diamond in the rough. You got to find that one piece that it's hard to find. I really honestly.
It's not that hard. You just got a lot of high expectations and unrealistic expectations, and you feel like your standards gonna apply to every age group that you get to. You get what I'm saying? You think that the same standards that you had when you was 21, you can have them when you pushing 50. That's not how it goes. First and foremost, you don't look the same way as you looked before, and then two, biologically, you get what I'm saying? You don't fit the ideal woman of having a family with and everything like that. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to adjust to the times. And then when I see these older women, I think to myself, like, where did you go wrong in your marriages that you out here 45, 46, pushing 50, still single? Because if you notice, a lot of those women, they end up being divorced because, as we know, statistically, women initiate 80% of divorces. So you sitting here saying that it's your standards and it's the men and everything. They don't want to adapt to whatever lifestyle that you want. And the women are initiating the divorces. So who really is the problem? Some women need to start taking accountability. I feel like accountability is a drug to them. You try to give them accountability, then you misogynistic. You don't like women. You hate women. Oh, you must be the GAY word. You get what I'm saying? Like, they have all of these different insults to give you if you're trying to hold them accountable for the very thing that they do every day, is have unrealistic expectations and feeling like they haven't hit that wall. And you can see it right here. But let's continue.
Feel like dating over 45 and to what you said, you're a 10 and you have these men that are 7s, 5s, 4s. It's a lot.
Maybe it speaks to the ratios that's going on out there. And they feel empowered by that.
No, none of
Move them right
Let 'em
now.
know.
I'm just
Let 'em
saying.
know.
And what's so crazy, you see this man, they got one man here, and he just enabling this behavior. Like, he is just the simp of the simps. He's not speaking up. He know these women around him are not 10s, not even close. But he just sitting there and soaking it up. And women love men like this. Women like men that's going to be, on their bandwagon, never challenge them, never go against anything that they say. They love these type of men, but they don't respect them. But they love him as a friend. They love him as a homegirl, because that's exactly how he acting, like a homegirl. He ain't standing up to these women and challenging, their perspective, saying like, hold on, let me keep it real with y'all. Y'all not a 10. You get what I'm saying? Like, be honest with yourself. You are pushing 50. But let's continue.
I think it's a balance. I feel like when you're at a certain space in your life, you know what I mean? Like, I've been divorced. I've been married most of my life, and you're in a certain space. You don't.
Called it out already. This is my first time watching this video. Called it already. Didn't I just mention the divorce rate? We already got a divorcee. Let's continue.
Don't expect or want less than, or your standards and your boundaries are different. So
Called out the standard point too. Their standards are high and their logic is low. That's the crazy part. Their standards are higher than their logic. Logically, they can't realize what point that they are in their life, and knowing that they will not still get the same, ideal man that they thought they was looking for when they was in their 20s. That man don't exist to y'all anymore. And these standards that you have that's so high, you have to ask yourself, the standards that I have, the man that I want, does he want me back? Does he want me back? Because clearly that hasn't registered to their head yet. Every standard that they have for the man, rather they want him to make $200K a year, be 6 feet, 6 pack, those men have to like you back. And that never dawned on them. But I called out a lot of this shit. Let's continue.
I personally feel like it's a lot. It's been a lot. It's been challenging, trying. It's been a lot.
Well, but I mean, I'll help you out there, Melinda.
Yes.
I think a lot of times they expect once you reach a certain age that you're supposed to compromise and settle.
That's
and you
good.
hear that word a lot. They say, "Oh, you're 45, you're 48. Just take what you can get." As if
Settle or be realistic. Because it's two different meanings. You get what I'm saying? Settle or be realistic. And if we want to be realistic in the dynamic of settling, we're all a settling. And the reason being because no one has it all together. You may meet someone that looks good, but their mind might not be right, and they might need an adjustment to that. Or you might meet someone that you appear that like they have it all together, and they could be manipulating you, and they could be putting on a mask. Everyone settles. Rich, poor, in the middle, it does not matter. Everyone settles because no one is perfect. You have to find somebody that you're on the same wavelength mentally and create something promising with them. Seek longevity with them. Date them with a purpose. Women always come out here with this whole settling thing. The same ideology that you have of settling, these men are settling with you, but they never think that way. They never think a man will be settling with them. But this is crazy, man. Let's continue.
you don't bring a lot to the table. Think about it for a second. As women, there's so much we have to do. You know, men, they put on a black tee, some jeans or sweatpants and sneakers, and they out the door. You know, they take their little bald head. We getting hair, makeup, eyelashes, nails.
So basically, y'all put on a costume to cover up y'all imperfections because they keep it real with you. No one asked you to rock weave. No one said you needed to wear makeup, and no one told you to put on the ridiculous ass lashes that you put on your face. No one said that. A lot of us men walk around here saying we love natural women. We never suggested the BBL. We never suggested other body modifications, facelifts, and taking fat from your front and putting it in your ass and all that. We never, ever suggested that. Y'all want to be in competition with other women to get all the likes and the follows and the attraction from other men. And you felt like that aesthetic is what we want. So you went ahead and did it for yourself and just to get the praise and compete with other women. It was never for us because we never wanted that. 90% of men love natural women. So I don't understand why she's saying, oh, we got to put on the hair. No, you don't. You choose to do that. You could get your regular hair done. You could take care of your actual hair and it will grow. I know many women that don't have to put weave and everything in their hair and use all of these enhancements just to look good. Your natural face when you hop out the shower is fine. If you keep up with your skin, it will do what it needs to do for you. But they don't understand that. They want to cover it. And then they say, oh, I'm a bad bitch. You don't feel that way when you have all that stuff off, though. That's the crazy part. But let's continue.
Waxing. We got the whole situation that we have to do only to present ourselves to someone who's subpar. That's crazy. And then to say that we should reduce ourselves down because of.
Who's subpar, though? Who's subpar? I really want to know who these women are talking about because, man, you know what? Let's continue.
Ratios, as they say. But when you talk about the ratios, we should really talk about quality women versus
that's good.
Quality men. Because there's a lot of women out here, but you, Marcel, you know they ain't shit.
Really
Quality.
just
Sound like the pot calling the kettle black, huh? You know they ain't shit. She definitely one of them. 1, 2, 3. Definitely in that category. That's crazy. She talking about other women, but she really should take that accountability and put it on herself. Because I don't know any middle-aged woman that I would actually ever look at and feel like she's desirable if she's talking like this. This is crazy. You get what I'm saying? You at grandma ages right now, and this is how you speaking. I would have thought she was 19 just from her mentality alone. But let's continue.
Taking this all in. I mean, I'm not going to I can't really elaborate on, because I think, I mean, from Dawn's perspective, though, the question is, what is she saying? Like, what's that standard there, right? I don't, what she considers to be a 7 to whoever could be a 10 to someone else. So it's I think that right there kind of mixes the bowl. That's the first thing, right? Because where you are in your life, that's going to create your standard. That's one. I mean, again, born here in the DMV, District, Maryland, Virginia, for you guys that are national. It's just what it is. It's just kind of like in Atlanta. It's going to be the ratio issue. It's going to be way more women than guys. I wouldn't want to be a female in that situation because it does lend to some of the things that you hear Dawn speaking to. Like, you're just going to have guys that are willing to take a shot because they already know that, listen, like, if I see it, whatever, we can say a 10 is whatever somebody's perspective is, but that guy sees a 10, he feels emboldened to take the shot because he has no.
He's not telling these women what they need to hear. That's the crazy part. Yeah, he the homegirl. He definitely the homegirl. He not speaking against nothing that they're saying. He actually sitting here and thinking that these women are a 10, bro. This is wild to me, man. This is wild. Oh, man. Wow. Kevin Samuels, man, you died too soon, man. You died too soon. Because I see so many Kevin Samuels points that I could recite right now just looking at this video. Jesus, man. Kevin Samuels died too soon. You can't make this shit up. But let's continue.
Loose. First of all, like, that's just what it is. Now, what you do with that shot, that's that person, that female's perspective. But I just think that when it comes to that issue in general, it's more really about just, again, where those two people are in life. And if your standard is whatever that standard is, and you can't find a guy that's going to meet that standard, and you feel like anything under that standard is basically you compromising or settling, then you have.
Like Kevin Samuels said, we'll die alone. Because these unrealistic expectations and standards that you think you have and think that you're deserving and entitled to is what's going to keep you old, miserable, and with cats in your house. Your degrees can't keep you warm at night. You definitely are not your career. So at the end of the day, as you age, that value going to continue to diminish. And a lot of women don't want to hear this, and I'm sure a lot of hit dogs are going to be hollering, but that's the truth. As you age, that value decrease, especially on the dating market with guys finding you attractive. Because the first rule of attraction when it comes to men is physical. The next is mental. They don't know how your mind works until they get to know you, but what they see from the outside is what they go off of first. And these women keep thinking that they can keep covering up everything with makeup and they still going to be hot shit. No, you have hit that wall. You better get with a man that's willing to deal with you. I don't know a lot of young men running 45-year-old women down. And if he is, it ain't for a long time. It's for a short time, as I stated in the beginning of this video. They let TikToks have them thinking that they still the best thing smoking. They let these viral moments make them feel that way. And I'm younger than all of them, but I got more sense. I got more understanding. This is crazy. We don't have those older individuals anymore that we knew in the hood or we knew at the basketball court and stuff like that we could speak to that actually instilled and embedded wisdom in us. Those times are gone. That era of people that we had that possessed that wisdom, they're not around anymore. This is what we left with right now. Grown ass 45, 46-year-old men and women acting like kids. This is what we have to look up to. No positive role models. No positive examples of what not to do. But let's continue.
Be equipped mentally to be rolling solo. That's just the way this works.
So,
you know, because you already said it. You're like, I'm not going to go down. It's only up. And if up is the only option, then you have to, you know, you have to deal with what you're saying, that you're diminishing that pool, right? And when you diminish that pool, you can't complain about what's left. And then to wrap this up, what's left, everybody's going after that, right? The visual basic stuff that we're talking about, keep it simple. We go, he has to have a great job, height, nice car, all that bullshit fluff. At the end of the day, every woman sees that. So now you got that guy that you got to deal with that has his pick of the litter.
Man. Clearly, there's no changing these women's minds. I mean, I hope they find what they're looking for, even if they have to wait till they 70 to find it. This is crazy. But I would like to know what y'all feel about this video in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe. Peace.